Hello everyone, it's Nick Peters, the gaming theologian, and I affirm the virgin birth. So you're about to walk down the aisle. What do you need to know? In 1991, this Final Fantasy Legend 2 was released into North America on the Game Boy, so we're playing a Game Boy game. I don't think we've done this before, so this could be a first one here. Now, in this game, Magi, the symbol of true power, the legacy of the ancient gods who made the world. Many fought for the mighty power of someone and some failed. Now another legend of bravery is about to begin. Okay, so no one gave me suggestions for names, so I'm going with my own. I'm going to be the human male. In this story, I'm waking up by my dad, who says he has to leave, wants me to wake up, and gives me something called Prism. And he's leaving, says, take care of Mom. Why does he always go out through windows, and what is this? Now, years later, I've grown up. He's saying, Mom, I want to go look for Dad. Your adventure's like your father. You'll be alone. Don't worry, I'll be okay. Go ahead. Tell Daddy I'm doing alright. Take care. Go to school and tell Mr. S that you're leaving. So you go there, Mr. S says, and I have to tell you this, the ancient gods made this world. Yes, I know. Their legacy is left all over this world in the form of Magi. What you have received from your father is one piece of it. 77 of those make a statue of a goddess, Isis. Each Magi has its own power. Some are using the power of Magi and trying to become new gods. Why did my father have such a thing? Preventing Magi from being abused for wrong purposes. Like a hero? Well, yes, kind of. If you wish to find your father or search for Magi, I will. Your Magi is carved a prism. It tells you the number of Magi in the same area. It will help you. Thank you very much, sir. I will study more about Magi also. And now other students want to go, which I do, sir. Good to have reliable partners. Take 3 with you. So I'm basing this on people I do know. David was my roommate when I was a student at Severn Evangelical. And Chris was one of our friends. I still talk to him every Sunday night. He'll be my robot character. And my monster, I'm going to base on my pet kitty, Shiro. You should go to the town beyond the Cave of North first. Thank you. Goodbye, sir. And thankfully I'm set to move fast here. Just make sure to behave yourself and be good. Shiro, don't be late for dinner. Don't be selfish, you're responsible for your friends. Now take a good rest, which heals your party entirely. And then the final place we'll go to is, David's going to, well, okay. Take this. Received cure. It's kind of amazing these parents are so lackadaisical about their children going out on an adventure to who knows where. I better come with you. Mr. S joined. Okay, so fighting here, you get, each character comes equipped with a number of items, and the items break after a number of usages. You can see how many you have. Magic powers, they can be used a limited number of times, but they fill up again when you stay at an inn or something similar. Robots' equipment, they get halved, but they also fill up when they stay at an inn. And monsters, their abilities fill up when they stay in also. And your allies' abilities, they're the same way. Weapons break, but magic abilities can be used again. Now, if you defeat just one enemy, it's said that they fail. We'll see that in this fight. Skeleton's weak against fire. Defeated one. Well, I thought we'd see it. Oh well, we didn't this time. And that tusk attack did a lot of damage, so we're going to go back down here. Now anyway, this game, it's not really a Final Fantasy game. It's a saga game. And it was released in 1991, but like the original saga game, Final Fantasy Legend here, it was given the name Final Fantasy to boost sales. Now, I got this game because I had a muscle biopsy done. And normally I'm very good about taking medicine, but they needed me to take medicine to knock me out for the operation. And this stuff was so bad, I just could not do it. And my mother even said, if you take it all, I'll buy you whatever game you want at the store. See there, Spider Fair. And even we'll explain that later. And yeah, your abilities increase after battle, often based on what equipment you use. But in the end, my mother got me whatever game I wanted anyway, and this was the one I chose. Yeah, shields get a limited usage too. Now, we're going to talk some tonight about marriage. I live on a seminary campus. A lot of couples get married. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I'm not one such person yet. But people do get married. And usually I see them at the post office, so I'm very well aware of what's going on with them. And I usually try and give my advice to married couples, because I want to see them succeed. Divorce. Okay, sometimes enemies will drop items that you can equip. In this case, punch is one such item. Now, the thing about abilities of hand-to-hand combat, they always start out weak. But the more you use a batch, the stronger they get. So, I always try and encourage couples that are getting married and give them some advice on things to do. And generally, the first step of a marriage is the honeymoon. Looks like abilities don't fill up. Yeah. So, here's what I tell couples about the honeymoon. First off, after your wedding, don't go on social media, please. Don't do it. What is the point? I see posts from people who are making posts about their marriage on the night of their wedding. Why? Seriously, why? I mean, to be blunt, people, I can think of better things you can be doing with your time instead of that. Which, since we're here, let's go to Magi. Use Prism. There are 6 Magi left in this world. I thought there were 77. Okay, we'll get to that point. Give me that Magi. Take it, punk. I must stay and go out of town. Come back with my father. Good luck. So I guess the school is without a teacher now. So now, without having the big guns here, we have to fight all these battles on our own. You know, if your dad was just here the first time after years, he's not very good at this adventuring thing. Okay, so, when you go to an end in this game, you only get charged for how many hit points you need restored, and you recover everything. Magi might be left in the relics of the ancient gods. In general, you can go to a place like this and get a tip here. Here, now it's just have a good time. So, oh yeah, before I keep going, we're going to be working long enough to earn gold gauntlets for my characters. But for the time being, we can get bronze helmets for everyone. So I keep pushing the wrong button. I'm used to something different. You can see that increases my defense a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Now here's something about robots and equipment. Look at his hit points. Stats change drastically when robots equip things. That's how they gain their stats up. And you don't want to bother with magic for robots. It's not a point. So there's going to be a lot of grinding here. But that gives me time to chat. So, like I said, you don't want to be on social media on your wedding and on your honeymoon. I encourage you instead to just leave it all off. By all means, take your phone with you, because you might need it for other purposes. But don't let social media be one of those purposes. You'll notice my attacks of punch aren't doing any damage. That's okay. Instead, focus on one another. And you know who's going to be talking about you on social media? All your friends instead. And that's okay. Let them share the wedding pictures. You've got plenty of time to do that later. This is not the time to be doing that. Okay, personally, I don't think your mutant needs to worry about strength. He just needs speed and magic. So that's my first tip. Don't go on social media. Next tip. Don't bring your books with you. That might sound scandalous to some of you, but I stand by it. Oh yeah, mutants gain abilities in battle too. You'll notice that my punch is doing more damage now. Oh, cure. And I'm going to show you all little trick you can do with cure here. Anyway, it might sound scandalous to not bring books with you, but hear me out on this. The only book you need to bring with you is your Bible, because you got better things to be doing than reading. This is the time to cement your new relationship. So here I said, the inn charges you based on how much damage you've got to recover. Well, look. Use cure. Recover everyone. Then go. Staying doesn't cost you a thing. You get all your abilities back entirely. Don't be spending your time then doing study stuff when you can be spending your time instead building up your new relationship. That's what you should be focused on. Another thing, talk to both of your parents and tell them, do not try to contact us unless it's an emergency. I'd say the same for all your friends as well. No one needs to be trying to reach out to you and ask how your honeymoon's going. It is none of their business. Okay. Next tip I give you, don't be seeking to do active ministry on your honeymoon. Now, I'm not going to tell you that if some need arises, there's someone in need that you come across, that you just ignore them. No, not at all. But I'm saying don't seek it out. Because your first ministry is to your spouse. You have to be faithful to them before you can be faithful to the body of Christ. So work on that instead. Build up that relationship first. Okay? Those are my tips with that. Now, I encourage you also, please think about what your marriage must be based on. I am divorced and I hate it every day. Here's something for you to think about. What makes you so sure it won't happen to you? Because if you go into a marriage thinking, it's not going to happen to me, it is far more likely to happen to you. Divorce-proofing your marriage begins on day one. From the very beginning, you need to be taking steps to make sure that you are in it for the long haul. Here are some of those steps I can recommend you take. And these are simple things that you should be doing. But first off, if you ever have children, and I pray you do not make the children the focus of your marriage. The focus of your marriage is one another. See, agility goes up because you use a move like punch, which is based on agility. Your marriage is not based on the children. You should treat the children well, of course. But make your marriage about your commitment to one another, because one day those kids are going to leave. And if you've been making your marriage about the children, you're not going to know what to do with one another when they leave. They are not what holds your marriage together. Your promise you made to one another holds the marriage together. And by all means, gross out your kids. Don't be ashamed to kiss one another in front of your children. Your children need to see what a loving marriage is like. Now, at the same time, having said that, they also need to know some areas are off limits. And I know this can be awkward for some couples, but one of those places is whenever the doors close, they don't go into the bedroom. When I was married to my ex-wife, we took in a friend once who was escaping Florida during a hurricane. He came and stayed with us, and he slept on the couch. But something I made clear to him while he was here is when she and I go to bed at night, you respect the closed door. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's sacred space. You don't enter. That's for husband and wife alone. Okay. Next. Do not talk bad about one another in public. Or even just with regular people that you know. Lift up one another the best you can. If you have issues, I really recommend discussing them with people you trust together so that nothing is kept hidden, as it were. Work out your problems together. Be supportive of one another in public, though, because you do not want to give a reputation of someone who talks ill about your spouse in public. Now, I talked about pornography yesterday, so you can go look at that episode if you need to. But in the meantime, I would say yes. Practice intimacy and practice often. This is the one gift you share with one another exclusively. And when you marry, you promise to meet one another's needs in this area. Now, men tend to be much more sexually focused. So, what I would tell you women is you really need to understand what a big deal this is to your man. Your man is not just looking for a release. That's a common thought, but it's not true at all. This is one of the best ways your man experiences closeness and devotion to you. This is one of the best ways he knows he matters to you. And if you show your man you are interested in him this way, you will make him a very, very happy husband, and a husband that will be the envy of every other husband out there. That is what you want. Give him something to come home to. Make him want to come home. And along those lines, don't be a nagging wife. Appreciate what he does. Now, some people unfortunately say, well, he would have gone out and been working anyway, even if he wasn't married. Yes. But he is working harder because he is married and he wants to provide for you. When he comes home at the day, give him a happy home to come home to. Even if there's no physical intimacy, don't be nagging him. You might want to talk about some issues that have gone on during the day, and that's fine. But I say, give your man some downtime when he comes home, instead of hitting him with whatever's going on first thing when he walks through the door. Give him a break. He needs that time. And if he has hobbies, such as, oh, I don't know, video games, give him time to enjoy those hobbies. Guys need some private time. Anyway, I'll let you all know later on what meat does, but we're not going to be paying attention to it for now. But guys need that private time. Okay? Guys also need time to be with male friends. And that's okay. Well, Nick, you're saying a lot about what guys need. What about what women need? Yep. Got you covered. Because that's important too. And when she talks, listen to her. And sometimes, believe it or not, she does not want you to fix her problem when she talks about it. Sometimes she just wants to listen. And ladies, make it okay if he asks, is this a listen problem or a fix problem? He doesn't always know. Give him a break if he does not know. And if it's just a listen problem, just listen. And guys, sometimes she might want a touch, and she wants it to be just a touch. She doesn't want an obligation that's going to lead somewhere else. Of course, if it leads somewhere else, you're not going to complain. But don't make that a necessity. Which, by the way, sometimes, ladies, believe it or not, men want non-sexual touch as well. And that's okay. Do your part, men, to help her out with chores around the house. If she asks you to do something, help her with it. And ladies, if he says, let me finish watching the game, or playing this game, or get to a save point of the game, then say, okay. But guys, if you say that, follow through. Do it. And your wife has the freedom to remind you that you said you do X later on. Don't nag about it, but remind about it, because yeah, sometimes guys do forget, and that's okay. And ladies, also, if he does help you with the chores, please don't correct him with the right way to do things. Men thrive on praise, and if the first thing you do when they do something for you is to criticize them, they'll remember that, and they'll make it a point to not do that again. Just accept what they did. Now, you can go on there and say, hey, hon, let me show you a way that I think could be more efficient here. But that's after thanking them and praising first. Guys, give good gifts to your wives. Spoil them. But ladies, don't take advantage of it. Don't think you're all that incredible because that. Your guy is doing that stuff because he loves you. Celebrate it. My character's defense is going to be a whole lot better after getting this. And guys, I'm not going to tell you all that I did everything perfect in my marriage. I didn't. But at the same time, think I was an excellent husband. Guys, be romantic with your wives. They really like that. And make sure you all don't stop dating. Don't. It's too easy to think, well, I got them, I guess I can kick back now. A lot of guys and a lot of girls stop trying to impress after they get married. They kind of drift on autopilot. You are taking one another for granted if you do that. Do not go that route. It will not end well. And say go on a date at least once a week. Okay? And it doesn't have to be something expensive. If you can afford doing something expensive and want to do something expensive, that's fine. But it's not a necessity. And if you want some time to yourselves, let the parents watch the kids. And they would love that anyway. And do not go to your in-laws, to your parents, with problems. Because parents will tend to want to side with their children first. They don't need to be the point that's going to work out your issues. Go to other people you trust instead that won't play favorites. Work on a budget where whoever's the wisest with money should be in charge of a budget. And this should definitely not be the person who's prone to spend the most. Because if that person is in charge, they will want to spend a lot more. Usually many marriages have a spender and a saver. Let the spender be in charge of the money. Let the saver be in charge of the money. Because usually most of the arguments you have in a marriage will be about sex, money, and the in-laws. Work out these areas in advance. At this point, I do want to remind you that this show is supported by people like you. Please do support what we're doing here. Because you might look and say, all you're doing is playing a game. Yeah, I'm playing a game, but I'm talking about areas that matter to people. And we have a live chat in here to discuss issues and questions that come up. And all these ideas I share, they come from years of doing background study when I'm not gaming. I'm taking this gaming time of mine to help you all out there. You can find me on Patreon. I've got a link to that below. And I have a Substack as well. If you want to become a donor on Patreon, honestly, even something as simple as $5 a month would be immensely huge to me. And that is around the price of a cup of coffee for you one day a month. Maybe 2 cups. Can you handle that? If so, you're going to be greatly benefiting me. I also have a Discord. We have several different sections. We can talk about video games. We can talk about Christianity. I've got sections to talk about autism. And I've got a section for men only, who are going through divorce. Nothing against you ladies who are going through it, but I am a man, and I am best equipped to help men going through divorce. So if that's you, please join in. If you also have a game you'd like to see me go through, or a topic you want to discuss, please share it, and I will definitely take it into consideration with whatever I do. And you can also just share this show, leave a note of encouragement, even anything like that helps out immensely. Even just sort of say, hey, I really enjoy watching your show. Thank you. That will mean a lot. So, getting back, I want to return to talking about physical intimacy some too. I recommend you get before you go on your honeymoon, assuming you're waiting till your honeymoon, which I fully endorse you doing. I recommend you get a book like Kevin Lehman's Sheet Music. Something to help you out. Because if your idea of what happens in sex is based on TV shows and movies, you have a false idea already. Definitely if it's based on pornography. Now all this extra equipment I've got here, watch what can be done with it. Sell it, get extra money. Unfortunately, your item slots are very limited here. We're also going to try and get extra equipment for the robot character. Don't base your idea of what sex should be like on the movies. Believe it or not, you will make mistakes. Things will be very awkward at first, especially because, hey, assuming you've lived your life right, you're doing something you've never done before, and it's going to take some getting used to. And guys, on your first time, do not rush things, okay? One of the biggest mistakes you could make is when your new wife comes out of the bathroom for the first time in lingerie and you take it off of her in 30 seconds. Don't do that. She spent 30 hours picking it out. I recommend you spend at least 30 minutes before you take it off her. Spend some time moving slowly, just getting used to one another, enjoying one another. And if some mistakes happen the first time, that's okay. Because you know what? You've got the rest of your lives to practice together and get better and better. Because you're going to spend time getting used to one another and learning how the other person wants to be loved most. Because you're not going to know that the first time. Get used to things. And if you have to buy something at the store to help things go along, like bluntly some kind of lubricant or something, that's okay also. If you want to get something fancy, go ahead with that too. Okay? Your times should be special together. But you're going to make mistakes, and there's going to be a lot of laughter over what kinds of mistakes you make. And that's okay. Now watch how much damage the final punch here does. Here it comes. Yeah, 993. That's what happens. Now, as soon as I start off again, it's going to be going slow again. Okay, I don't have any more punches, so we have to wait until I beat the gang members here. Like this one. Actually, this would be a good time to build up strength. Sex takes work. It is not so much just comes easily, it takes practice. But that's why you do it more often. So you can get better and better at it. And ladies, your husband's going to want to see your body. Okay? Get used to that. If you go off and you're taking a shower at home, don't hide yourself. Let him delight in you. And don't worry about all these so-called blemishes you think you have. Your husband doesn't care. When he tells you he thinks you're beautiful, listen to him. It is so painful when a guy tells his wife she's beautiful and she argues with him. That's the last thing you should be doing. Even if you don't believe it, just smile and say, thank you. And at the same time, be taking care of yourself. Because your body is, and that goes to both of you, your bodies are the gift you give to one another. Make those bodies good bodies for one another. And I'll fully confess, this is an area that I struggle with, because being on the spectrum, yeah, I'm very finicky with what I eat. And that's a problem, and I know that. But that's something to work on. Celebrate one another. Your marriage will last a long time. Don't make jokes about divorce. Never joke about divorce. Divorce is not a laughing matter. Don't make ultimatums and threats about divorce. Is divorce sometimes sadly necessary? Yes. But you should not joke about it. Even when divorce has to happen, I always consider divorce a tragedy. You do not really want divorce to happen. Even if your spouse is abusive or something of that sort, it is a tragedy always, because that means someone broke their wedding vows, and that is to be mourned. Overall, have fun with your marriage. Celebrate it every day. Give thanks. Because when I work with people who are going through hard times, and then at the end of the day they're going home to someone, I honestly wish every day it was me. Not they were going home to me because they're already married, but I also had someone else to go home to. As she was cute and all, but he can't love the way that a spouse can. And that's something sacred and beautiful. One of the best testimonies you can give to the world is to be loving your spouse accordingly. Wives, respect your husbands especially. Men thrive on respect. And let him make the decisions. And even if you think they're a bonehead decision, respect the decision he's been made. And do submit to your husband, except for if he asks you to do something that's openly sinful. Don't do that, because your first commitment is to God. Try and learn to seek happiness the most for one another and the good of one another, to help one another to be good people. That takes work, but it's worth it. Your marriage should be meant to make you holy. Let it make you holy. Now, looking at my stats here, I want my human character to be as balanced as possible. So I try and build up strength and agility both. Because some of the best swords in the game require strength. But if you're as slow as molasses, it won't matter as much. Now we're going to be grinding a little bit more because I want to get good equipment for my robot as well. Which we're going to be coming to a stopping spot soon here. Now wait, if you are looking at this thing, boy, you got a monster here and you're battling other monsters and you've got limited use of abilities. This looks awfully similar to me. Well, there's a reason for that. If games like Final Fantasy Legend and Legend 2 and even 3 did not exist, Pokemon would have not existed. This game was kind of a template for that. Folks, enjoy your marriage. When you go on your honeymoon, make it just the two of you. Don't include anyone else. You can talk all you want on social media when you get back. Tell your folks to leave you alone that time. Don't be doing ministry. Don't be checking your emails, anything like that. Focus on one another that time. Build your marriage. Work at it every day. When children come along, make your marriage still your first priority. And agree on things in front of the children. Don't go against what another parent says, or else your children will learn to play you against one another. Set the standards and enforce them well. Well, that's going to be all I'm going to say about marriage. For now, we're just going to stay here for a little bit until the hour comes, because that's usually what I do. But I hope this helps, especially for my seminary classmates who could be watching this. Guys, I want you all to succeed. And something I've offered couples here on campus, and I offer to you as well, is that in your marriage, if you come to a point where you want a third party to talk to about something and you want some outside wisdom, come knock on my door. come see me at the seminary post office, and I'll try and be as fair and objective as I can and help you out. 'Cause divorce is a wound I carry with me every day, and I don't want you to carry it with you. I want you to succeed. And it's okay to have disagreements. You're going to have them from time to time. But make sure to come back in love to one another in the end. Okay? Because some days you're going to drive yourselves crazy. And some nights you're going to go to bed and you're wondering, why on earth did I ever marry this idiot? But remember, you made a promise. And you ought to keep that promise. Okay, we're going to see a powerful final punch here. Here it comes. 993. That's fine with me. Which, that's how much the last one was. I don't know if that's programmed in or not. For now, we're going to go back into town. And yeah, this game will take a while to go through. But that's okay. And look at our abilities. Yeah, things are going pretty good here. Alright. Well, that's going to be it for today. Oh yeah, I'm saving on that one because I made a second copy of it. So, now I'm Nick Peters, the Gaming Theologian. I affirm the virgin birth, and remember, whatever you do, do it to the glory of God, even your gaming.